Good morning, students. Welcome back to our 7th edition of our online English class. Today, we will learn about comparative adjectives. In our last lesson, we learned about the different types of pronouns that we use. And today, we will focus on comparative adjectives. Please open your books to page 374. But before we begin our class, let's try to guess the riddle. It says, I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I? I will show the answer at the end of this video. Let's continue with our class. Today's objectives are to improve our grammar comprehension skills, define what are comparative adjectives, and learn and apply the 3 rules on using comparative adjectives. We all know that in grammar, we have to respect and follow the rules in order for us to write sentences correctly and avoid mistakes. What is an adjective? I know that you guys have been learning what is an adjective through all of your school years, but let's try to remember what is an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Look at these examples. The purple school bag belongs to Sunny. First, let's try to identify what is the noun in this sentence. The purple school bag belongs to Sunny. Very good. Bag is the first noun that we have, and Sunny is the first noun that we have also. But what is describing the bag? Yes, it's a school bag, and what color is the bag? It's purple. So these are my adjectives. Purple school bag. Number 2, I shared a chocolate cookie with Chris. Which are my nouns in the sentences? Cookie and Chris. These are my nouns. And my adjective describing my cookie, is it an oatmeal cookie? Is it a cinnamon cookie? No, it's a chocolate cookie. So this is my adjective describing a noun. Now that we reviewed what is an adjective, let's learn what is a comparative adjective. A comparative adjectives are words that we use to compare differences between 2 nouns. Always remember, it's between 2 nouns. Let's look at this example. Ashley runs faster than Mike in PE class. Let's identify our 2 nouns in the sentence, Ashley and Mike. These are my 2 nouns. And what is the difference between these 2 nouns? How am I comparing them? Well, they run, right? This is the verb. But how do they run? How does Ashley run than Mike? Faster. So this is my adjective, faster. Roatan has bigger coral reefs than Utila. What is my 2 nouns in my sentence? Roatan and Utila. What is the comparative adjective? With what am I comparing them? With size, right? Bigger. This is my comparative adjective. If you see, they end in ER. But I will explain the rules right now. The first set of rules that we're going to focus on is on short adjectives. What does this mean when I'm referring to short adjectives? It means that they have 1 syllable. The words have 1 syllable. Let's look at rule A. If an adjective ends in a consonant, we add ER in the end. What does a consonant mean? It means like B, C, D, H, F, etc. Not the vowels, that it ends in a consonant. So we have here an example. 1 syllable adjectives. We have tall. Tall ends in the letter L. So we only add ER at the end. Long ends in G, which is a consonant. So we add ER. Fast, faster. Can you think of another short adjective that ends in a consonant? For example, slow, It ends in a consonant, so we just add ER, slower. Next rule. If they have a CVC pattern, double the consonant and add ER. Do you remember what is a CVC pattern? It means that it has a consonant, a vowel, and then a consonant again. So we double this consonant, the last one, and then we add ER. Let's look at the examples. We have big. B is a consonant, I is a vowel, and G is a consonant. That's what it means. Consonant, vowel, consonant. So we double the last consonant and then we add ER. That's what they did. They added another G and then ER. Hot. We have consonant, vowel, consonant. So we double the T and then we add ER. Letter C. If they end in E, you just need to add an R. For example, large. It ends with the letter E. You're not going to say larger like this. No, that's wrong. We just need to add an R at the end. Wide. Wide ends in the letter E. So we just need to add the letter R at the end. Can you think of another adjective that ends in the letter E? For example, cute. Cute ends in the letter E. So we just need to add an R to compare. Cuter. Remember, we're still focusing on one syllable adjectives. If you see, large is a one syllable, wide, and cute. They don't have two syllables. Rule D. If the adjective ends in Y, we change that Y to an I. And then we add ER in order for it to be a comparative adjective. Let's look at the two examples we have below. Happy. You cannot say, I am happier, Miss Ileana. No, that is wrong. You drop the Y for an I, and then we add ER. Another one, pretty. We drop the Y for an I, and then we add ER. Now, if you see here, they are still short adjectives, but they also have two syllables. Pretty, happy. Here we're starting to focus right now on adjectives that have more than two syllables. All right, remember we drop the Y for an I and then we add an ER. Can you think of another short adjective that ends in Y? For example, pretty. I drop the Y for an I and then I add ER. So my answer would be prettier. Now, we have the rules for long adjective. This means that they have more than two syllables. Two or more than two syllables. So, in this case, we do not add ER. We do not add ER. We do not add an R or drop the Y for an I. No, we use two words. In this case, we're going to focus only on one because we're talking about comparative adjectives. We use the word more. Beautiful, more beautiful. Important, more important. Can you think of another long adjective? For example, expensive. Expensive is a long adjective, so we're just going to add more before it. More expensive. That's the only rule for long adjectives. Now, there are some exceptions. What does this mean? That there are adjectives that have irregular forms. And this is where you guys have trouble. You like to say gooder when we have to say better. We have old, so we say older. Far, further. You don't say farer. That word doesn't exist. Bad, you can't say badder. You say worse. Well, better. Little, less. Many, more. These are some adjectives that have irregular forms that you need to learn. Let's look at some examples here below. It says, I feel better today. Better would be my adjective. Older than me. The internet today is worse than yesterday. I slept less today. You don't say little, less. Now let's do some guided practice to review what we learned today. It says, write the comparative forms of the adjectives. Let's do this together, shall we? Let's begin. Fast. Remember, it's a short adjective. It ends in a consonant, so we just need to add er. Young. Again, it ends in a consonant, so we just need to add er. Younger. Tall. Taller. Small. Smaller. Fast. Faster. And light. Lighter. Easy, right? Now, you're going to do these exercises by yourself. Remember, you can pause the video if you need time to correct or check your answers. Number 2, it says complete the sentences. Cats are, and in parentheses, it gives you the adjective that you have to compare them with. Smaller. A baby is younger. John is slower. Now, number 3 says write your own sentences using taller, smaller, and fatter. So I invite you to write your sentences in your English notebook using those 3 comparative adjectives below. Do you remember the riddle at the beginning? It said, I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? A map. I hope you guessed the answer. Well, this is the end of our English lesson for today. Remember to wash your hands every time in order to avoid any infections. See you soon, raccoons.